Welcome into nighttime, everybody. We got a new coat of paint courtesy of Justice Covert. I'm your host, Patrick Previty. Alongside me is Matthew Brecker.
Congratulations on 1,000 career points. Tell me how it feels.
This has been Engineer Kent. I'm Patrick Previty for Seacrest Studios, and that's all the time we have for today.
The final score was 57-3. So 57 points were put up, but only 3 points were allowed. What do you think about the defensive showing in that first game against New Hampshire?
The season is still alive, Luca. This is the Believe in Bucks podcast. I'm your host, Patrick Previty. That's my co-host, Luca Costa.
Thank you to the slime expert, Jesse, for joining us. And look, I made one, and I have one.
You made one
in
that
progress.
was really good.
Sam Houston is much improved. Second year in the FBS. They're now bowl eligible this year. They ended last season on a high note.
Alongside me is Diana Fernandez, who's going to be taking your calls for the first half hour of this special. At number 1, VJ Edgecombe makes a statement against nepotism. Dunking on the coach's son in garbage time. Maybe the family business isn't for you, kid.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to talk to Tennessee Tech's Rodney Johnson Jr. prior to the game, and he told me he just got married. He got married last May to his high school sweetheart, Jenny Johnson, now. And when he tells the younger guys, they're always so shocked. How could a guy on the team be married? Well, he said, when you know, and he loves going through the journey of constantly being on a quest of learning and growing with somebody else. And he also unveiled his hidden talent at the reception. It was dancing, guys. Back to you.
Let's go around college football one more time. It's Tennessee, Georgia. Bulldogs, 8.5-point favorites in this game. And Carson Beck showing the world why early. Vols would give up the early 10-point lead. Beck ended the day with 347 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. Most importantly, 0 interceptions, breaking the Cavender curse. Georgia wins 31-17, moves up to 10 in the CFP rankings. Oregon going on the road to play Wisconsin, number 1 team. In a bit of trouble here, down 7, and they get their first touchdown a couple minutes into the 4th. Jordan James with the score. Ducks would tack on a field goal late, but a surprise fake field goal would give the Badgers the ball with a chance to score. Tipped at the line, the dreams deflate. Ducks remain on top of the college football world. BYU Kansas starting in the first quarter. BYU only sends out 10 men on this play. Not a recipe for success, Matthew. All right, moving into Notre Dame versus Navy. This is on a neutral site. This is in MetLife. Notre Dame comes into the game as 12.5-point favorites. Tyler, who do you got? Kirby Smart is a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. Best in the Halloween game and best in college football. When you think of college football, you have to think about Kirby Smart. Thank you, Justin, for coming on today. Now we check in on Kenny with an update on men's college basketball. Luke Elzinga, the punter from Oklahoma. Brent Venables, after the game, said the Sooners were fortunate to win, and it was mostly because of field position. He had 8 punts, 5 inside the 20, and 3 inside the 10. We leave that game with a loss and a quarterback controversy. That was probably worst case scenario for Texas. But now, on a lighter note, it's time for my favorite segment of the week. We're going to go around college football, starting with Notre Dame against Georgia Tech. Up 24-7. Why are we showing you a field goal? It's a fake. Oh my God. It's Tyler Buckner. That's a name that Notre Dame fans know. Transferred over to Alabama, came back. Death, taxes, and great stuff from Patrick DeLeon and Edgar Rodriguez, per usual. But now we shift into UCF basketball. Entering the season opener, they were just 5.5-point underdogs to number 13th ranked Texas A&M. Tulane Navy, we go. Green Wave on the board first, and the only team that would get on the board in this game. Tulane with 220 rush yards. Navy with only 13 passing yards. Tulane on the way to the AAC championship. Navy. Coming up next is Daniel Valdez, where we're going to go around college football again, talking about the biggest takeaways from week 2. Louisville, Stanford, Cardinals versus Cardinal. Ivy of the West down 7 until this touchdown catch by Emmett Mosley, the 5th. 13 catches, 168 yards, 3 touchdowns on the day. Wow. They'd get the ball back, still in regulation after forcing a turnover on downs. Check out the sideline after this. A lot of extracurricular. Tayon Holloway can't do that. Come on. And then it's Quincy Riley offsides on this field goal attempt. Now it turns into a 52-yarder, and it's going to be Emmett Kinney for the win. Boom! 38-35, trees knock them down. Thanks, Ty. I'm here with offensive tackle Amari Kite. Amari, what attracted you to come to UCF from Alabama?
For me, I feel like it was really just having the opportunity to play some competitive football as well, and just, just really get a chance to go out and showcase what I can do as a player and just continue to grow and be better as a player, not only as a player but as a person as well.
How has your game grown under the coaching of offensive line coach Herb Hand in your time here at UCF?
I feel like Coach Hand has really helped me a lot just as far as how I view the game, just, you know, just being able to kind of anticipate what the defense is going to do, just also be able to like continue to learn technique and just be better in that aspect as well. And he's also just helped me gain confidence in my playing ability as well.
How has the blocking from the offensive line allowed for the rushing attack to be so dominant this year?
I think we just really do a good job of, you know, just putting hats on hats and just doing what we need to do in order for our running backs to get into the open field and, you know, do what they do.
So I heard Amari Kite actually say hats on hats earlier. Is that something that you guys preach in the locker room?
Yeah, because once we get hats on hats, that's when the holes open up and like that's when they run the ball more.
So last year you took over as the starting left guard in the last month of the season. What from that experience have you been able to apply to this year as the full-time starter from day one?
Bring more confidence back. I feel like I got more confidence and more leadership because people seen what I've been through, so they look up to me more.
So you've been with the program since 2019. How has things changed from the first year to now?
It changed a lot because the people I came in with, they gone now. Like, I think I'm the only one that's left. Well, I'm the second one that's left, but everybody left. So we got new, like 50 new players. So it's just like the history of the schools is like left from me.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm here with UCF Athletic Director Terry Montage. Terry, thank you so much for spending some time and sitting down with me today.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you guys being here. It's awesome. We have a student production group that's fantastic.
Well, moving to the space game, what does it mean to be able to honor the space ties that UCF has in this kind of new-ish tradition?
That was probably one of the best surprises. Like, I didn't really know about the space heritage here. I love it. I think it's fantastic. I think everybody loves it. Even fan bases in the Big 12, they actually ask me that are alums. They say, "Hey, can you get me some Citronaut gear?" Because they love it. They just love the Citronaut gear, and I love capturing our space heritage. I love the fact that we do the space uniforms. Now we have a lot of competitive universities that are our competitors that want to claim that they're the space U. I think we've already adopted that, and I think everybody just becomes those Johnny-come-lately copycats. And so it is really something to celebrate. Every time the visiting AD comes to their visiting AD box that we have for them up in the tower, the Roth Tower, I explain to them, you know, the heritage, why we space U, and they get a big kick out of it. So it's really cool. So we embrace it. I think it's exciting. It just kind of goes along with the whole culture of the UCF community.
Can you tell me a little bit about the creative process that goes into kind of creating the jerseys, any of the other apparel?
It's amazing. We have a whole team of folks. Led by Jimmy Skiles and the branding team, and he has Eric DeSalvo. We have our equipment guys, we have our graphic designers. We go talk to people on campus, and it's all mission based. You know, whatever the mission is. This year, the uniforms are based on the moon, the synthetic moon dust that we've created on campus. That's why you see kind of the speckles of the dust on the uniforms, and so it's very factually driven, the uniforms, based on missions, based on just things that our campus is doing.
Thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks, man.
We'll be back after this.